Hey guys, it's been a bit. Sorry. It's been a bit. I believe last time we spoke, I had yet to compete. And I apologize for that. That's the very first thing I'm going to say. But wanted to get on here really quick before I head to bed. Normally I do my workouts early, but today's been a pretty busy day. Well, pretty much it's currently 11:03 Mountain Standard Time. Just got done doing a 2-hour workout, chest and back, baby. And something I want to talk about is actually the results of the competition. It was on September 11th. Got first place in the bodybuilding competition. And it was great fun. It was awesome. I was able to prove to myself that I could do it. Especially being that in the bodybuilding category, I was the only one who competed in that category. Sorry, damn flies. Which is kind of discouraging, but at the same time, I couldn't let that bug me because of the fact that, well, it was me versus me. Ultimately, my 17-year-old's pants caught on fire on the propane tank. Shit. Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
You sure?
My mom says it's safe to come out. Yeah, no, I was just standing in front of the heater trying to help her with her webpage.
That's
crashing,
why. Yep.
And I didn't feel heat. And then I see smoke on my right side, and Mom's cigarette is on the left side, so I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're okay. Take off the pants, make sure you don't have any burns.
I'm fine.
You sure?
My hand's burnt because I touched it.
Is your phone okay? Cause
My phone was on the table.
Okay.
Along with my headphones.
Okay. I'm just glad you're okay, man.
Yep.
Peacefulness has not stopped. So, where was I? Oh yes, me versus me. And believe it or not, that actually worked to my advantage. Because not just was I able to look at, being able to do it, I also was able to find out if I had what it takes to push myself to that point. It was crazy, especially during the pose down. I got told that I didn't look nervous a whole lot. Or not the pose down, the posing routine. But my nerves were like at an all-time high. And luckily the posing routine came out flawless. And I was able to find out things that I needed to improve. Ultimately, that's what I had to do. Yes, I won, but ultimately that was one day. And yeah, the celebration, I have yet to fully celebrate, but this is my celebration right here. All of this. The next day after the competition, I had to get my mindset of, okay, I achieved that goal. What's the next one? And I had to start working at it immediately. So rather than taking the next day off, I found myself right back in the gym, aka my garage. And what did I do? Started hitting it hard and working on bettering who I was the night before. Because even though I won, that isn't the point of reaching the goal. The point is, every day, getting in here, helping my kids with school, and even just myself personally and my relationship, I have to be better than who I was the day before. And yes, I got the medal. I will show it to you guys. I'm very proud of it. There you go. I'm very proud of it, but that's not the end goal. That's not the part that I'm supposed to enjoy. The part that I'm supposed to enjoy is the journey to that goal. Lifting the heavy weight, being able to learn how to be a better parent, better husband, better person. I had to do all that in order to reach that goal. Now that I've achieved it, I've proved to myself that I can do it. Now we move on to the next goal. And that next goal happens next year. So I've decided that rather than competing in the bodybuilding category, I'm gonna go into the classic physique category. I wanted to see how I would stack up against other competitors and see how, whether I win or lose, how mentally I will come in. And it all starts in the gym. It all starts lifting the weight, exercising, but also training my mind. In addition to that, I have to sacrifice as much as I can. Yes, my wife doesn't like the fact that I'm in here for 2 hours, regardless of the time. Today she was okay with it because of the fact that she's doing school right now. And I'm proud of her because she's in math class and she is struggling, but she's freaking moving forward. In fact, she motivated me yesterday when I was frustrated doing my capstone for my anthropology class to push myself to get milestone 1 done. And was it great? I don't know. I haven't gotten the grade yet, but it was definitely the fire that I needed lit under my ass to be able to push. And she's doing that right now. She's taking a test. It's a 2-hour limit. She started around 8:45, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my workout rather than taking another rest day because, you know, yes, rest is important, but I believe, and I've heard Jocko Willink, if you don't know who this guy is and you wanna like get mentally tough, find his podcast, because it literally pushed me to do what I'm doing right now. But he said that it's the one thing you should procrastinate is resting. Not so much if your body's telling you you need a rest, listen to it. But if your mind's telling you you need a rest, still do it. And if it's still telling you that you need a rest, then do it the next day. But just as he guarantees, I guarantee that if you push yourself to do it that day, you won't need the rest the next day. Your mind will be like, okay, we could still go. And that's the whole point. You have to push yourself. And it doesn't matter if it's at 4 a.m. or 11:13 in the morning. Or at night, sorry. I'm starting to get tired. You put in the work, put in the blood, and literally blood. I ended up jacking myself up a little bit coming in to the garage during one of the rest periods. Sweat and tears. You have to. And you have to sacrifice. If you want something, you have to do whatever it freaking takes. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but the sacrifice that my family is doing so that I could compete, so that I could finish and graduate strong in November, so that I could become a better parent and husband. Well, that sacrifice is huge. And they're teaching me more and more on that. You know, there's a picture of the beginning of my posing routine that holds major significance for me. And for a lot of people that have seen it. And it's this one. I ended up blowing it up, and now it's like a fixture in my gym. It's that one. And when I first came up with it to do it for the posing routine, it didn't dawn on me what it would mean. And ultimately it has several meanings. But ultimately it's humbling oneself. In order to do the sport, yes, it's a very subjective sport. And oftentimes we're doing it alone and our heads can get huge, but we need to humble ourselves. And that's something that's most times very hard for me to do. And I'm still learning that. It's part of my personal growth. Exercise is learning how to humble myself, not get a big head. And that's why after the competition, first thing I did the next day was come in the gym and just keep on going. You know, yes, I won that against myself, which was important. I had to prove to myself that I could be better than the person that I was a couple months back. But that day passed. I can't hold on to it. I can't, the memories are still there. They will always be there. But now it's time to move forward and allow the journey to the next goal to play out and enjoy that in total journey and be at peace. but we need to do it with humility and with faith that we could achieve what we need, what we want. Which is interesting because I ended up making, I made a picture of it, and I'm gonna be sending it to my friend Philip Ricaldo, as well as my parents, and I actually printed it out to have displayed here, and it's the idea of that, and it's from the Bible. I can't remember the passage, but it's, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And yeah, I could do all things, but I have to be humble, ultimately, and have faith. So remember, guys, have faith, be humble, and be better than you were yesterday. And do whatever it takes, even if it means going to bed late, waking up butt-ass early. So I love you guys, and I will see you next time.